I understand, though, that although there was a lot of campaigning going on in the '67 election, it was also a very quiet election.
Oh yes, it was a dead serious election. Everybody knew that we had reached a very critical stage. And despite all the rhetoric that had begun during the campaign, when dawn broke, election morning, it was as if one were going to church all over the country. It was a silent march to the polls. And it remained that way. I'm told, because I was in Kemps Bay. When I got back, I understood that it remained that way until the first set of results started to come in around 7, 8 o'clock that evening. Then when people realized what had transpired,
The celebration started.
that's right, yeah.
What was the transition like, though? Once the PLP was then, what, 28 to 18 now,
Yes.
you are now the government.
Yes.
What was the transition like? And was there a UBP parliamentarian or person who helped in that transition?
Not so much helped in the transition, but there are one or two people who agreed to serve on, we had boards then, and Bobby Simonet was one of them, Neil McTaggart was another, and there were 2 or 3 others that agreed to continue on boards that year. But there was another strange coincidence that took place in this election. I was campaigning in Andros and invited into the home of Reverend Uthal Rogers in Deep Creek. And he said, "Young man, you know something? You're going to win this election." I said, "Huh?" He said, "Yes." He says, "The 10th day of the first month is set down in prophecy. If you were to read Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 to 6, you would see that the 10th day of the first month is set for you to win." I said, "Really?" When I went back to Nassau after that campaign trip, I told my colleagues, I said, "Well, we'll see." Well, if you would read verse 6, you would also see that the 14th is mentioned in verse 6. And on the 14th, Sir Ralph Gray called me and asked me to come to Government House to be sworn in. So both the 10th and the 14th worked out exactly as Exodus 12, 1 to 6 say. I said, "Well, I'll be."
The Lord was working.
I have no doubt about it. I mean, I got no doubt about that whatsoever. Because there's no other explanation that I could think of.